Hi everyone, this is Elsa with Fluid Arts by Elsa. Welcome back to my channel. So today what I have for you is a quick short video on how to resin a piece or a painting once it has dry. And I use KS resin as my resin of preference. And I have this 11 by 14 piece that I have already painted on with my yellow base. Look how beautiful. And on this one, I am going to just walk you through how you resin your piece. So I have my resin here. What I do is I initially get ready. I have my cups that I'm gonna be filling with the resin. I do label my resin cup just so that I know if I need to mix some more that this is the cup I use for resin and I can reuse it, just because the liquid is clear and you won't be able to tell which one you use on which cup unless you have it labeled with the resin or the hardener part of it. This is the hardener part. The ratios for the resin mix is 1:1. And then I pour both the resin and the hardener into another cup and I mix it for about 3 minutes. So I'm gonna do that for you so you can take a look and see how that is done. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pour out my resin first. And the resin is usually thicker than the hardener, but once it starts mixing in, it's the same. To use the resin, you want to make sure that you follow safety guidelines, that you are in a well-ventilated area, and that you're wearing a mask. If you're having any kind of respiration issues or just to be safe. You do need a heat gun for this, so make sure you have a fire extinguisher around in case you need it, God forbid. And just make sure you're safe at all times. Read all the safety precautions and instructions on the bottles before you use the chemical. Just coming out a little slow because it's been sitting here in my studio and it's a little cold. But you want to make sure your resin is at room temperature. And I'm just bringing it up to that the top ridge line on the cup. Almost there. So thank you for joining me once again today. If you like what you see, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I will appreciate that greatly. And also click on the notification bell. That way you get notified when I post a new video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. I can answer your questions as best as I can. And yes, I do speak Spanish for those of you that would want to just send me a message in Spanish. Any questions I can answer in Spanish as well. Now I'm just gonna do the same with the hardener. And as you can see, this is gonna be faster because the hardener is usually more liquidy. Okay. And then I just clean off the top of my bottle. That way the cap doesn't get stuck to it. Okay, so that is the resin. Now we're just gonna pour, and to pour it in, usually I start with my hardener. It's easier to pour. You will notice this has a low odor, but once you start torching it with the heat gun, it does have kind of like a smell to it. Right now, for the video purposes, I am not wearing a respirator mask, but I normally always wear a respirator mask. Especially since I suffer from sinus infections, I don't want to risk this making it worse for me or creating any health issues. So please stay safe. Okay, so it's all in there. Now we're gonna do the same for the resin, and we're gonna pour it right in with the hardener. Make sure you get it all in there. And this is kind of a long one, not much being done because this is resin work. So I just wanted to show you at least one how to do it. Okay. Now, I'm going to sit those there because we can always reuse that. We're going to give this a good mix for about 3 minutes. And you're going to see it's going to start to cloud. And that's only because that's what it does while it mixes. So you want to first start slow. Make sure you scrape your sides of your cup every so often. Get the bottom, mix it all in and well. So you see that's... And you just continue to do that for about 3 minutes. So we're gonna do this here. So it has been about 3 minutes of mixing the resin. Now we're gonna go ahead and apply it to our painting and spread it out. And because we've been mixing, it does have a lot of bubbles. That's why we need the heat gun, so we can pop it. That way when it dries, you have a smooth surface, okay? So we're gonna start here by just making sure that our painting is free of any dust or debris that are in the area. We may not see it, but there are a lot of dust particles just flying around. Okay. And now we're just gonna pour this onto our painting. There you go. Then we're just gonna spread it out, but first I'm just gonna put it down on the surface here. And that should be enough. And now what I do is I use my heat gun before I spread it out, just to pop those bubbles. And with the heat gun, you want to make sure that you don't come too close to the resin because you will burn it. And trust me, you will smell it when it burns. And you don't want that. So just click over just to pop those bubbles and heat up that resin so it spreads easier throughout your canvas. And you can see you can start to move that resin as you hit it with the heat gun. And now I use this spreader, which is used for craft and painting techniques, and I use it just to spread my resin on my canvas, just like that. I may have put too much down, but that's okay because the resin will dry. It will level itself out as it dries, so that's good. And then you just want to get it, bring it over to every corner, and then we'll take care of our edges as well. So right now we're just spreading it over the top of the canvas. Just like that. Make sure you get a good cover surface. Okay. Just like that. And I take it over the top. And now, and I use the baby wipes. It's so good to clean off your tools once you have done resin work. It's awesome. Okay. So now I just take my finger and I go across my sides and just cover all my sides. You want to make sure you have a nice coverage on your sides as well. So go on all your sides, and you can grab resin from the top of your canvas. You have plenty. Roll across the side and on this side as well. You want to make sure. I like doing it with my finger because I can feel the canvas. That way you know you didn't miss a spot. Just like that. And again on this side. And I'm just letting the resin fall over the side a little bit just to make sure I get that coverage that I need on the side of the canvas. Like that. And on this side as well. So I can feel the canvas. I'm just dragging the resin across so it could fall over the side of the canvas to cover. So that is pretty much covered on all sides. So I'm gonna just come around and take a quick look. I'm gonna make sure everything is covered. Okay. Now, once again, we're going to use the heat torch to pop those air bubbles on the top of the surface here. You may need to do this a couple of times only because the bubbles are rising to the surface of the resin. Then what I'm going to do is I am going to take care of my sides here, that resin drip. Okay. And again, I'm gonna come with my heat gun. So there you have it. That's how I do my resin top coat on my paintings. Now, I'm gonna let this dry. Usually it takes about 12 to 24 hours. And once it's dry, I'm gonna show you the final result of the dry piece. So we're back and we're just finishing up the piece that we just resined. Thank you for joining me once again. And here, I'm just gonna show you how to finish the product, remove your taping. And this is the yellow piece that we resined. As you can see, I'm sorry about the glare, but look at the shine that you get with that resin coat, top coat. It looks like it's a plastic glass, more or less. So what I do is I take my piece, my painting, and I will just take the heat gun once again, and I'm just going to, let me make sure that's plugged in. Give me one moment here. Let me plug it into my table. And now that's plugged in. So what we're gonna make sure is that we heat up the tape so it's easier to remove. So if you just go over and heat up that side, should be able to peel right off without damaging your corner. Okay, because you have to be careful that you pull your tape out instead of inward, because you'll take that paint off the side and you don't want to do that. That should be enough. And then what I do is I just take my corner here. You see, you can easily remove that tape without causing damage to the canvas. And you want to do that on all four edges. Once again, we're going to go up here. And I'm making sure I don't touch the front side of my canvas because I don't want my fingers to leave any kind of marks on the top of that resin coat. And you just peel it off, just like that. And you continue to do this on four edges. I'm just gonna continue to show you. To remove that backing easier. And you're gonna peel off once again. And the last corner here. And once again. And you see how I'm pulling the tape out? Oh, so now you can take a look at the back of my painting where the edges are clean and the sides I didn't pull off the paint when I removed the taping. See? Nice. And then I'm gonna show you, look at the finished piece. Beautiful. There you have it. I'm gonna take you in for a close-up, see if I can get, it's kind of hard to get it good. And here is that resin piece. I'm sorry about that glare. Look how beautiful and vibrant the colors are once you put that resin back on at the top. absolutely beautiful. Look at the shimmer in those metallic colors. So there you have the finished piece. If you are interested in this piece, please email me at elsasgallery@gmail.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and click on the notification bell. That way you are notified anytime I have any new content out. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day. See you in the next video. Bye.